what offshore software development gives any company that's trying to build software is access to a global market of talent pool, right? I mean, I think today, because software is eventually, at the end of the day, it's just intellectual property, right? It's the output of the mind. And the greater the access to those bright minds you have, right? The bright ones, the experienced ones, the greater the access, the easier your path of getting to success. So what offshore development, the word offshore itself means that you're not limited to onshore, right? I mean, your own country or your own region, but it's a global market, right? So today, talent determines, I mean, in software more than any other aspect or any other industry, right? It's the talent that determines the success of a product or service, right? Secondly, what happens is, when you go to an offshore vendor or an offshore company, right, what you get is not just a bunch of individuals, but teams, right? Those that have worked together earlier, there is a team spirit, and this company has been doing this multiple times, right? I mean, for various clients, the same things, right? So they have been there, done that. And the team itself, the collaboration is easier. There is a team culture associated with it. So it's like getting individuals versus getting a offshore development partner, which can get you a team, right, handy very quickly as well. So third thing is, we talked about speedy ramp up, right? I mean, now imagine hiring individuals and setting up from scratch versus going to one of these offshore vendors and asking for a team, right? I mean, because most of these offshore companies, right, they have their own pool of talent that's already there in the company. And when you go to them, they can at least quickly, initial team, they can start off. That would take care of a quick ramp up kind of a thing. Well, on the other hand, you're trying to hire, you're trying to take care of the legal aspects of it, you're going through multiple candidates and all that. That would take maybe a couple of months for you to get at least the initial 2 or 3 people on board. That time can be saved, right? The other aspect about working with a offshore partner is basically the dynamic needs can be served much easier, much faster. As you know, as we keep developing software, like we go from a prototype to a minimally viable product to a version 1.0 product to a highly scalable version of it, the kind of skills that are necessary over the software development life cycle or the product life cycle itself, once it is launched, right? These keep on varying, right? Various technologies, various skills. Like, for example, initially, you might need just hardcore engineering, but later on, you would need, like, for example, deployment, security, right? All of these kind of, operations kind of guys, right? So the kind of talent that you need keeps on varying, and the size of the team also keeps on varying. What an offshore partner can do is, without affecting the morale of the team, right, can bring in new talent and as well as downsize the team itself, because the employees are themselves anyway part of the company. Whether they are on this project or not, they are still part of the company, right? So it does not affect the morale as much as it does when they are on the core team itself. They are on the team itself, right? So that way, a offshore partner can bring in a lot of value, especially with respect to ensuring a better chance of success.